Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I wanted to do a requested video from you guys and also from my Instagram followers, which is how I do my winged eyeliner. Now winged eyeliner is like my everyday sort of go-to look because it just makes your eyes look almost like fox-like, you know, where it's like cat eye, fox-like, you know, that sort of thing. And it just really suits my face and my eye shape, and I've been doing it for quite a while and I've gradually got really quick and better at it. So I thought I'd show you guys some tips on what to do and how to like make it look really snatched if you're a beginner or if you've been doing it for a little while and just can't seem to get the shape you want. So I've always used liquid liner. The one I've got at the minute is NYX Vinyl Liquid Liner. So this is like my go-to every day. It's really affordable and cheap and everything, and I go through it quite a bit. But yeah, it lasts me probably for a couple of months anyway, and that's using it like every other day or whatever. Yeah, this is like my everyday look that I use this with. Now, if you're a beginner, you might find this harder because the end of it is kind of like really soft, so it will like move anywhere. So as you can see, the nib is literally brushes. It's like a really thin liner brush, obviously, so you don't have that much control over it unless you're being like really light-handed. So it's quite hard to get the hang of it with this, but this is what I use because I've literally been doing it for ages. So yeah, it looks like this. It's the vinyl one. You can get matte as well, but I just get either. And there's this one by Morphe, which is what I recommend for beginners because it has more of a firm tip. Can you see it's like a felt tip almost, rather than like a wiggly brush where you don't have much control. This you don't have to be as light-handed with because it's easier to like draw rather than just a brush. So that is what I recommend for beginners. These you have to be careful though because they can dry out really fast. I got this one from Morphe and it's really good, really black and really intense. So if you're looking for a good black liner, I'd recommend the Morphe the felt tip pen ones. I don't know what it's exactly called, it's like liquid liner. But if you have got quite a steady hand and you quite like doing your liner, you just want to change the shape of it, or if you just want to give it a go, I would recommend the liquid liner. I know I used to have Barry M and Rimmel as well, black liquid liners. They're really good, but for the last like year or so I've stuck with NYX because it lasts really well and the brush is really nice and it's easy to make like really little strokes with. So the hardest thing I learned about liner was how to get the wing shape, because you know when you like, you know when you mess up and you keep having to draw and draw until you like panda-eyed with like a wing. Yeah, that just really annoyed me. So I kind of like watched a few tutorials and then just picked up little steps that I thought helped me the best. So I'm going to show you in a second how I actually do it and like how I like start and finish it and get the shape I want. I tried to explain it as best as I could for you guys. Well, you'll see in a second. Okay, so what I like to do is basically I have this big mirror and it's quite magnified. So I have it on that side when I'm doing my wing liner, and I always angle it slightly like down-ish, like at a slant. So it's almost like I'm looking down so the liner doesn't crease at all. But I'm going to show you how I do it. I've done the rest of my makeup, it's just the liner and lips I've got to do. But anyway, so I use the NYX the vinyl liner, and I get my mirror. I'm going to have it on my knee because I'm doing this on the floor, and I start off kind of like in the middle, and then I can sort of decide the thickness of it. You can use like the felt tip I just showed you if you're struggling with like how accurate you are, but I start in the middle like that. So I've kind of like decided my thickness. Then I go to the front and just do a thin line there. Slowly, like kind of like just building the thickness up to match the line I've already done. So you get something like that, which looks kind of weird at the minute. And then I dip again. Make sure you don't have like loads on the brush, like just literally the tiniest bit, so you can get the shape right first of all. And then I just bring it out. I decide where my wing is going to go, like that. And then I basically join it all up, so just like colouring in basically. So I just look at it like I'm trying to make a triangle, and sometimes I do it sharp, sometimes I won't. But always remember like to take your time with it, because otherwise it can easily be messed up. So we're looking with something like this in the end. So you're basically just trying to draw a triangle, start in the middle, build up here, then do the front so it looks like it's in line with your, like slowly getting thicker towards the middle, and then make a triangle at the end. Start off with your line here, and then just basically join it up and make it as sharp or not as you want. And that's how I get like the perfect liner. But if you're struggling like with the line to do it quite accurately, you can either use like a felt like liner, or you can use sellotape, which will help you stick it there. Or sometimes I clean it up with concealer if I've really messed up, and just make sure the line's really sharp. But yeah, so you can do this as long or as short or as little as you want. It's completely up to you, but that's how I get it so precise. And I've been doing this literally for years, so I've got quite a steady hand when I'm doing it. So that is how I get it, so it's like proper on point. I just will literally put mascara on now and add some lashes if I'm going somewhere, or just literally leave it mascara, and that is how I get the liner looking on fleek like that. Okay, so as you can see, lashes make such a difference. So this is what my liner's looking like. This is the eye I did on camera with you guys. So yeah, you kind of just want it to start off quite thin at the front of your lid, and then gradually like thicken it up until you get to about the end of your pupils, if you're looking straight forward, about there. And then I start drawing my wing, as you saw, just to get the shape right, so the line, which angle you want it to go at. I could try and do it not straight, but like 45 degrees up, and just try and wing it out so it doesn't look too up, because it can look, in my opinion, it looks really strange on me if I do it too high. So I tend to do it kind of like in the middle, just to give me that nice lifted look. Some people do it even lower than this, and I really like the look of that, but my eyes don't really look right unless I do like a straight out wing with that sort of look. But it all depends on your eye shape and what you like to do. That's just how I do mine, and you guys requested it, so I wanted to share with you. I've got quite hooded eyes, so I have to do it quite thick for you guys to see anything basically, but you don't need to do it super thick because that just looks like you've got panda eyes. So yeah, like I said, start off with only a little bit just to get the shape. Even if you just draw the line, like the outline of it, just so you know what sort of shape you want. And obviously be wise what liner you're picking, because some are easier to work with than others. Like pencil I find super hard unless I'm doing a smoky look to work with, but the felt tip is probably the easiest in my opinion, because you have more control over it than just a normal liquid liner that's literally like a brush. But it all depends on your personal preference and obviously what shape you like. That's just how I do mine, and I hope you guys learned something from me showing you how I do it, because I know it can be quite a tricky thing and a lot of people do struggle with it. So they're just a few of my tips that I found helped me get the hang of it, because mine used to be kind of like, I never used to be able to get a straight line here, and I started like cleaning up with concealer, but I didn't obviously do it now like today because I'm quite steady with my hand. But if I do go wrong or anything, or I do mess up even my lip line or something, I do tend to go over with a concealer just to neaten it up, because it makes it just look really like well finished basically. So if you do mess up, don't worry too much. And also when you're doing your liner, make sure not to look up or get it in your crease, because it will obviously smudge up. But I was really careful about looking down. That's another reason why I have the mirror underneath and like tilted up, so I'm looking down and not going to smudge my liner until it dries. The felt tip one does dry quicker, but the liquid one you will have to wait a little bit till it dries. So yeah, that's just how I do my liner. I quite like how it looks. It's not going to be obviously to everyone's taste, but I just like how it looks on me and my eye shape. So let me know what you guys thought in the comments, if you have any other tips that can help people with liner or what you've learned. And also let me know what your favourite liner is. I'd really like to hear from you guys and any tip, and I really hope this helps. So thank you so much for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!